Hi, welcome back to Nostalgia 2 by my Alden. This is map 29, the Matter of Splatter. And this is post-commentary because the start of this map's a wee bit tricky, and also is messing around with a few kind of speed-up routing techniques. So to start with, I rush straight past all those enemies up on that ledge above and jump into this pit to grab a BFG. Next here, I'm just kind of weaving back and forward a little bit to try and get all those enemies up there infighting. There's a couple of safe spaces behind these pillars where it's difficult for the enemies down in this pit to actually hit you, so that's quite nice. A couple of BFG shots just to deal with any enemies above that aren't infighting. So the main thing that makes this fight difficult is behind that pack of Hell Knights were 3 Archviles, so I think 2 of them already died to infighting, and a little bit unclean there, but got rid of all 3. So they often don't all go down to infighting, which can make this fight quite difficult and quite time-consuming. But then when you hit that first switch, the central pillar lowers, revealing more enemies, so you can get overwhelmed if you haven't cleared this area out enough. And then the red key allows you to open this door for a switch to reveal the exit. So this Archvile is meant to teleport away, but in this run the Revenants attacked him so quickly that he didn't have a chance to move and got stuck fighting them all in the doorway, so also quite helpful. In this map there's 3 keys, so here's, I'm doing the red key fight to start with, but you can do them in any order. Up in that central platform is the blue key, and then I'm going to go for the yellow key next. So just getting rid of this Mancubus so I can climb up these stairs safely. This switch actually activates the fight for the blue key, which starts with the Spider Mastermind, and that second switch reveals more enemies, but I'm just going to leave them all infighting while I go for the yellow key. So here you get a rocket launcher, but already have a BFG, which is way better. So just spam it a bunch to deal with all these enemies. Once I've got enough room to move, switch to the rocket launcher. And you can see in the distance, up on the central platform, that there's some infighting going on. Where flames that on me suggested that Archvile gave up on infighting. So this switch here reveals the yellow key in the way up, but also 2 vials. A wee bit annoying because there's this slow lowering platform, but there's 2 vials behind it. So you don't want to push it too early while you're still in the middle of that fight, otherwise the vials could be a real problem. Nearly died here, which is pretty cool. Just finishing off just the Spider Mastermind and 1 vial that survived, but you get a Megasphere before opening all 3 doors to head into the final fight. I never practiced this final fight because it's actually fairly easy. It's just a circle strafe affair. The mistake I made is that I thought I had cell ammo when I came in here, so I had wanted to kill the 2 pain elementals on the first loot round, and unfortunately I didn't even get them properly on the second loot round. Got 1 of them. But you want to deal with them quick just because they can fill the space up with lost souls as always. So Megasphere in the center if you need it. And the Spider Masterminds are also a wee bit of a priority in this fight, just because if they lose interest on infighting, if they're, say, infighting a Mancubus or something, then they can quickly target you and sort of rip you to bits. It's a bit wasteful of cell ammo here. I should really practice 2-shotting cybers. But hit the switch, reveals, I think it's 3 Archviles, and I'm just basically spamming the BFG at this point. I'm not even trying to dodge anything. Unfortunately, I ran out of BFG, so end up rocketing this final one down, and then just rocketing down the resurrected enemies, and that's the map. So yeah, I got my wish. It was the big slaughter map 29 before the inevitable Icon of Sin map, and it was loads of fun to play. each of the key fights are quite enjoyable. Although I think that you definitely want to go for the BFG first, because it just makes all the other fights so much easier. And I quite liked combining the blue and yellow key fights. So while you're doing the yellow key fight, you've got the Spider Mastermind kind of dealing to enemies for you for the blue key fight, so that when you teleport back up to the central area, that hopefully almost everything is dead. And then the final fight is it's a little bit on the easy side, because you can just sort of the main trick there is to just not die immediately, because you sort of start a wee bit surrounded. It's just kind of finding a gap to sneak through to the outside, but then once you do, it's a circle strafe fight. You just run around the edge, clear out the priority enemies like the pain elementals, and a lot of other things are just going to die to infighting. And the 3 archviles at the end, just if you're quick with the BFG, or even if you're like me and not very quick and make a mess of it, it's still not particularly hard. They're only going to resurrect the mid-tier enemies anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed playing this one. It was kind of a lot of fun. It was lots of fun to kind of work out the route through it as well. And yeah, looking forward to the final map, and thanks for watching.